One Piece chapter 1183 is out and I read it, and I'm gonna do a bit of a different review this week because I've done 2 weeks ago's review of chapter 1182, and because I'm too lazy to edit it together, it's still not out on my channel. So heads up, I'm gonna be more vaguely going over it, less in detail, because this is gonna be a one-shot kind of thing, because work is taking over, other life aspects are taking over. I do have the time to edit it, not gonna lie. Editing a video doesn't take that long, but any extra work right now is too much for me, so I'm just gonna shoot it from the hip here. So this chapter, we start off with Emo again. Emo fighting Loki and Ragnar, and he's still talking, and he's like, you and Loki and Straw Hat Luffy could never be Emo's soldier, so I will have to kill you. Just like, and I forgot the name already, going badly, shooting it from the hip. Was Dokkan, Dekkan? It was something like that. Yes. So basically Emo just shoots out a name we have never heard of before. Someone we have never heard of, no context, no nothing. So me getting the name wrong isn't even that important, right? Alright. But Loki is like, damn, this guy, he's still talking, but I must give it to him. He is one tough motherfucker. He's one tough cookie. I cannot get him. And Loki goes in with another named attack. Like he's using a two-pronged lightning attack with his lightning breath again. And Rada Totska is there supporting him. And Emo's also using another attack. He's forming another bladed weapon with his black flame, and this time he's like forming like a double bladed weapon and is attacking back, and this goes on. And yeah, we don't get a resolution to this fight yet, and with what happens in this chapter even later, we're gonna delay everything even further for the best reasons, lore reasons. We are getting lore, oh yeah. We're stepping back from the fighting in this chapter and we're getting more lore. I'm in for it. I'm in for it. So, but before we get there, we go to the Giants village, where we have the parents running after the massive rain goddess Sasa, the Muma, summoned by killing him. And killing him is like, oh well, I got 8 kids, that's enough. Or it was 7. I got 7 kids. That's not all of them, but that will have to do. Let's get going, Sasa. And he's like telling Sasa to like leave with them, and just flies off basically with her for existence. Well, not quite yet leaving. There's the giant's parent running after the giant. And we have Gaban's wife, her name just missed my mind, escaped my mind. It's not Gert, it's, what's her name? I forgot. Alright. Anyway, Gaban's wife we have here, and we have Chopper being like, hey guys, you need blood transfusions. You're still bleeding out from the wounds you got from Summers. You can't fight this thing. And Gaban's wife is like, what the hell, I'm gonna rest right now. My kid's in danger. I'm going after this thing. And the giants basically, they try to do some stuff. They try attacking Sasa, it does nothing. Sasa just repels them with like a water attack. And that's it. And at the very end, we have Sanji coming in, and Sanji is like, what the fuck is going on here? And that's all we get this chapter from Sanji and the giant village. But now we go to the real part of the story for this chapter. We get to seeing Shuri. We get to seeing Gunko. And she's still in ice. So no, she's not dead, because last chapter we had Killingham saying to Summers, hey, Gunko, she looked dead. No, she's not dead. She's still in ice. So Killingham saying Gunko looked dead made me think that the Emo blasted the ice cube with his giant explosive attack. And I at first thought, okay, he sought her out with that and gave her an omen. Later, I was wrong about that. Later we found out, okay, she didn't get an omen because Killingham was like, yeah, she looked dead. So we were like, okay, so she's not back up, she's not buffed, but she's out of the ice cube is what I thought then. But she's dead, or unconscious, not dead, because Emo blasted her and he didn't buff her. But that's also not the case. Emo blasted the ice cube, it did nothing. Loki was right. You can't saw it out. Someone caught in that ice cube can't be sought out. Only by Ragnir. Well, if he can do that, why hasn't he trapped Emo in an ice cube yet? If that's the easy solution. Why haven't we done that yet? Because clearly Emo can't unsaw it. He tried. I don't know. Maybe Emo's too fast. But then again, Loki hit Emo with attacks before, so... yeah. So that's a feat for Radatowska, that's a feat for Ragnir. But it's also a bit of a problem, because now our villain is like, okay, yeah, he can't undo that, but then why don't we use that on him? Why is it not used on Emo? Good question. I don't think we get an answer for that, but it leads us to actually Brooke and Usopp are conscious again, and Usopp is talking to Brooke and is like, hey, what's up with that woman? I came there and I helped you because it seemed important to you. But what's up with her? What's your deal with her? It's like, Nami asks, is she like an enemy from your past? And Brooke is like, no, not an enemy. Just someone I hoped I never cross paths with again. But then again, I'm not sure it's her. And he's like, if she was still alive today, she would be 77 years old. And yeah, that's something. She would be 77 years old. And then now it's like, okay, then it can't be her, right? And Brooke is like, maybe it can be her. I mean, we've seen things. I mean, I'm a talking, walking skeleton, for God's sakes. Nothing is impossible. On Dressrosa, we had a tiny kid that was like 20 years old. I mean, it's not impossible for it to be her, no? If you didn't know, in case, just because I just mentioned it, Sugar ate a devil fruit that made her able to turn people into toys, but it also preserved her at the age she ate the fruit on. So Sugar in Dressrosa was actually like something 20 years old, 19 years old, somewhere around that period. I think she was even older. She was like 27 or something, Robin's age. But she just stayed 7 years old or 8 years old, body-wise. All right? So we have precedents for things like that even being seen by the Straw Hats. Like, maybe they're not aware Sugar was this old. Maybe they don't know that at all, but it is here in our One Piece world. But yeah, she also has like 3 different personalities. And since we have different names for her, no, this is really fitting. Like, she literally has different personalities. Personality number 1 is Gunko. Gunko means war child in Japanese. And it's her personality that is kind of her, but not her original self. Like, she has lost memories, she's not aware of things, and she's controlled by emo. Very clearly. And that is Gunko. She's cold, she is our enemy, but she is not emo. She is herself. She still listens to like Brooke's music. She still does things like that. She still likes music and stuff. But she was still there on Elbaf trying to kidnap the children. That's Gunko. And she captured the children, bound them up in arrows, and sent them on their way, following the arrow. Alright. Personality number 1, that's Gunko. Personality number 2, which Brooke observed, that's actually emo possessing Gunko. But Brooke doesn't know this. Brooke doesn't know it's emo. But it's personality number 2, like it's very different from that. And that is just emo possessing her. But then there's personality number 3, and that personality is Shuri. That is Shuri. That is the princess Brooke knows. That's her regaining her memories, her regaining control, and freeing the Destroyers. And Brooke mentions this. He's like, yeah, but she's also the person that freed us. Like, she undid the bindings on us. She did free us. And she told me to get out. Like, she told Brooke straight up, Brooke, it's dangerous, run. And they've seen like mind control here on this island already with Stormy Reversi, so they've seen this. They know about the enemy having some sort of mind control version. So Brooke is right now is getting to think. And he's like, well, let me tell you who she was to me. And with this, we begin the Brooke Backflash. We just got out of Backflash land not that long ago, but we are going back in for more lore. And this time it's Brooke and Princess Shuri lore. How long is this Backflash gonna last? Not as long as the last one, that's for sure. But I give it another 2 chapters, maybe 3. At the very least, I think 2 chapters would be good. Maybe Order can do it in 1. 1 more chapter and we're out of Backflash and we're back into action. No. But I think 2 would be good. 2 sounds good. Alright. So, we are getting into the East Blue in Brooke's homeland. And we're having early 4 AM in the morning, and Brooke is running through the streets singing, and he's waking up the entire kingdom. And everyone is just really happy about that. No, no, they hate it. They hate Brooke for it. They're like, shut the fuck up, it's in the morning. One dude is like, I have a hangover, man, can you be quiet? Everyone's like, another dude's like just got home from his shift at work building construction the other day. And now Brooke is like 4 AM in the morning singing, waking him up, and he's like, what the fuck, man, Brooke, what are you doing? But we have a little kid opening up the window and being like, hey, good morning, Brooke. It's like establishing that kids love Brooke. And I don't get the impression of Brooke's music being very good here. Maybe it's amazing and people are just pissed because it's too early. But I even get the feeling that they're not even liking the music that much. But the kids is liking it. And Brooke is singing about like meeting a mermaid, a sexy mermaid, and how he wants to go to sea and meet a mermaid. Well, he met Shirahoshi eventually, you know. So he kinda did that. Yeah, took like 90 years. I would say, I guess, from here now, since Brooke is 20 there, it took like another 60 years, 70 years until he met a mermaid finally. But yeah, it still happened. But yeah, then we get another scene with Brooke and the other guards, because he is the guard captain of this kingdom. And they're like, teach us, Brooke, teach us your two-notch slash, teach us your delayed attack, where Brooke is like attacking someone, then walks past them, and they don't even notice that they're getting cut. And then Brooke is sheathing his sword and clicking it, and she's like, I've already cut you. Like in this very anime ninja samurai way, even though he's like a fencer. And then he sheathes his sword, his saber, and the person gets cut. And that's one of Brooke's signature attacks, and he already had it back then. He already had it mastered back then. That is 70 years ago. That is 70 years ago. And he was already, at least in his kingdom, in the small kingdom's context, he was the best right there. And we're gonna see this later on. And he's like, no, I've already taught you before. You can teach advanced techniques like these. You need to learn the basics. So he's actually tutoring them properly. Like, you need to learn the basics first. Then later today we get another scene, and it's Brooke and Shuri, and he's like walking with her and talking to her, and she's singing. Actually, he's singing Pink Sake. 70 years ago, Brooke singing Pink Sake to Shuri, who will become Gunko later in her life. And she's very happy and chipper and Brooke, but Brooke starts like fantasizing and talking about her mother. Kind of fucked up, man, Brooke. Talking to a child about how you lust after their mother. That's what Brooke is doing here. He's like, oh, she's the most beautiful woman in this country. I love her. True is like, that's kind of messed up, Brooke, lusting after a married woman because her mother is married to the king of this country. And right there, when she says this, Brooke is like, oh, I still love her. Love can't be stopped by something like this. And then we get the king coming in and being like, are you sure about that, Brooke? I'm gonna have you executed right on this spot. And Brooke's like, oh no, my king. It's just playing it off. And it's like, you can't do that, my king. And the king goes, he's having like garden shears to like, he was working on a hedge. And he goes to attack Brooke with it, and Brooke is just dodging it. Like Brooke is, yeah, he always has like style, man. He always has style. This is human Brooke, by the way. Just to mention it, like, we know Brooke is a skeleton, but back in the day he was a human. He wasn't a skeleton yet. And yeah, but Shuri is happy to see her father. He's like, oh, Daddy, you're here. And then Shuri is like, yeah, but Brooke, she's taken, she can't be, so I'll just marry you. And Brooke is just playing it off, oh, but I wouldn't want a wife with a running nose, because Shuri is a 7-year-old kid, Brooke's 20, so he's just letting her down, like, gently. He's like, oh, I wouldn't want a bride with a runny nose. It's like, oh yeah, it kind of would be weird if Brooke was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll marry you to a 7-year-old. No, but Brooke plays it off perfectly, normally, reasonably. It's like, oh, don't want a wife with a running nose. And the king gets mad at that. It's like, you can't you can't say no to my daughter. How dare you? It's like, okay, man, what's he supposed to do? She's 7 years old, for fuck's sake, man. Ancient kingdoms were different with arranged marriages and stuff. But yeah, clearly Shuri likes Brooke a lot. And we get told that the queen is at the opera. And in comes a messenger, and it's like, oh, this group, this so-and-so group, they're arriving per boat. And they're heading for the opera house, and no one can stop them. And the queen is there, and Brooke is like, oh, don't worry, king, your queen, she's capable. Because before Brooke was the guard's captain, the queen of this country was the guard's captain. So she is a capable fighter. She's actually not defenseless. She's not a defenseless woman. Brooke's like, yeah, she can defend herself. She will be fine. And the king is like, Brooke, you need to go right now. You need to go right now. And then Brooke is like, but I already met these dudes, this gang, and we see them running through the streets, like cutting guards down and being like, we want the queen now. And they're in front of the opera house, and the queen is coming out, and Brooke's like, but my king, I already met them this morning. So 4 a.m. when Brooke was singing, in the morning he already met them. And now it's like 4 p.m. He's like 4 in the afternoon. At 4 a.m. around this time he met them already at the port. It's like I already met them. They just haven't realized I already cut them. And as he says this, they're all getting giant gashing wounds opening up, and they fall to the ground cut down. So this is a more extreme version of what we are used by Brooke. He's like walking past someone and it's like, yeah, I already cut you. And their wounds open like, let's say at best 30 seconds, 10 seconds later. This is several hours later, and he's like, ha, they haven't realized I already cut them. And they fall to the ground with wounds they didn't even realize they had. Just because Brooks, in this moment, is like, I already cut you. Is 20-year-old Brooks stronger than Skeleton Brooke? Did he get nerfed by not having muscles on his skeleton? Was he stronger back then? Or what is this? How can he use his technique like this? This is the end of the chapter, by the way. We are in Backflash land now. We are getting the Brooke backstory, the Shuri backstory. Combines backstory of Brooke and Shuri. And I'm all for it, like I said, at least 2 more chapters of backstory, please. I want it. I'm all for it. Yeah. Looking forward to it. See you in the next one. Bye.